I bought this guy cheap. Let's talk about him. Warning up front, I'm not going to do an armor tutorial. But what I am going to do is a quick
T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Alright, when I saw this Jazzwares Fortnite Legendary Series Max Level Omega figure, I was instantly intrigued. Why was I intrigued? Because he's a mostly black ninja looking character. Yes, Snake Eyes, that's who I was thinking about immediately. In fact, due to his modular design, these holes in the armor or in the suit made me think about Sigma 6. Before I get too ahead of myself, like I said, I bought this cheap. This thing retails for adding a penny, $30 US. I paid $11.50. How did I do that? On the website, it was discounted for $14 and change, and all the Fortnite stuff was 20% off. Besides the armor pieces, you do get this harvesting tool right here, which is painted like their typical things. I mean, it's this paint. It's multiple shades. This is a darker orange, and that's a lighter orange. This rifle right here has silver and black, and that's in line with their other figures. Omega himself, he looks cool, but it doesn't really so much look like a person under here. And look at that detail. I didn't even really pay attention to the fact that it has this silver going through. So there's multiple colors on him. The head looks a little bit small to me, but when I compare it to something like Hasbro's Overwatch Ultimate's Genji right here, yeah, I guess it could fall in line with that. Here's a size comparison while I have both of them out here, roughly around the same height. And while I have him here, here's what it looks like with Genji's sword. Like I said, that Snake Eyes vibe. Now, one thing I'm going to complain about, the way they hold the weapons. I like these hands for dynamic ninja style poses, but when it comes to holding the weapons that he comes with, I don't like it. But I do like it for these dynamic posing options right there. But holding the weapon still sucks. This post right here, this handle is really thick, and it is difficult as crap to wrap that around in any way that truly works well. I mean, it can do it, but if you bump it enough, it'll just fall out. That goes with for the gun as well, and that drives me crazy. I kind of wish that they gave you these hands, plus you could pop them out and put in some regular gun holding hands. I have a Fortnite playlist if you really want to see my different reviews and see the articulation of the Jazzwares ones, but it has the same articulation as everything else. Double jointed elbows with the bicep swivel. This bends right there because it has double jointed knees. It has this fake rotating waist with the diaphragm ball right there. And here's what I hate. The way they cut it, it can bend back a lot, but not forward a lot. And I love ab crunch. Ankle pivot sucks. It's that ankle pivot where it's not really ankle pivot, it's the swivel. So it makes it not useful. I do like the toe articulation, and that does look natural, but it's hard to use. And this ankle right here, look at that. So loose. But over here, it was out of package. It was like super duper tight on the ratchet. I feel none of that ratchet over here, so I don't know what happened. And of course, this is on a ball hinge right there, but you don't get any wiggle. So I'm not even sure if it's actually on a freaking ball, to be honest, because I can't really get any tilt out of that. Another gripe, butterfly joints. Butterfly joints that can only do this is a waste. They need to cut the back out, because who cares about the back that much, and let you get more that way, or make this a softer material so that you can squeeze it in. Because if the character can't really squeeze in the arm when you rotate it like that, it makes it a waste to me. I popped this body off. This is what it looks like. I did this to show you that for whatever reason, they put this cut, like they put the body at a slope in the back. So that's what gives it the bigger crunch backwards than forwards. What I think I'm going to do with the rest of my figures and this one is just get a box cutter or something and cut a big chunk out of there. But if you don't want to do that, here's what you can do. You can rotate this. That will be his abs now. And you have that faint ab design on the back. Maybe it won't bother you. Pop this back in, which admittedly is a little bit difficult. And now he has more ab crunch forward instead of back, which I don't know why they didn't just cut it like that in the first place. I wouldn't, even though you can rotate this, I force rotated it and cracked that right there. So I'm just gonna turn that around since it's already cracked. But if you push it back, this is what this looks like. So I guess this is why they didn't cut it deeper right there. But if the back only went back that much, it wouldn't even matter, because who needs to bend their back this far back unless you're doing some type of lunge pose? I guess, if you could see the hollowness right there, that doesn't bother me that much. The armor got pushed all around, but in the packaging, the armor for his right side is on the right, is to his right in the box, and the armor that's on the left side is to his left in the box. Keep that in mind. They do have instructions, and I would definitely suggest taking a picture of this if you plan on taking this armor on and off like a crazy person. Speaking of which, this says ages 8 and up. I wouldn't get this for a little kid. I'm gonna tell you that right now. All this stuff is gonna be lost. It's gonna be a waste of money unless you don't really care. You just want your kid to be happy. Just to give you somewhat of a preview, this like wraps around and pegs in. It does feel scary at first, but the stuff is really pliable. Also of note, but this is a fighting character. This gray paint right here, that is paint. That's scuffed off because of the armor removal. So yeah, if you want that to be pristine, just know that this paint is easily scuffed. All right, here he is all armored up and armed up. And yeah, one thing I didn't put into consideration as far as the way the ab works, because there is no crunch at all with this armor on, so I would never have that armor on, to be honest. If you tilt it back, that does give him a rotation. And you can see that the armor is painted and whatnot. Well, some parts of it, like mostly the chest. The back looks like this. There are some like painted up jets, I guess. And some of it is painted, and I like the texture and whatnot. But yeah, I would probably never have this on. All the rest of the armor I like. Let me move the weapons out the way. And like I was saying about the ankle pivot, I was trying to get him to stand because this foot is weak, as you saw. But it's hard to actually use the ankle pivot like ankle pivot and have him standing natural, because you see I had to twist the leg, twist the knee inward to get him to have a natural ankle pivot, and that's not good. I don't like that. But my main gripe with this fully armored up version is this head is comically humongous. The packaging and promo shots made me think that was going to be a problem, and I talked to somebody in my comments somewhere, Facebook or YouTube, and they're like, the mask isn't that bad or whatever. Yeah, it's bad. If this looks humongous to you, it should look humongous to you. It is ginormous. It is ridiculous. But here's what he looks like. Well, let me show you the range of motion that he has. You can't look up at all unless you fake it and kind of fake it and kind of lift it, but now you can see his chin hanging out, and he can look down, and of course rotate at an angle because it's going to hit up on that armor. But honestly, I don't like this helmet because it is huge freaking mungus. But this is what he looks like without that on. If you think that looks cool, then good. And here's what it looks like without that armor piece on. This is my preferred way. But all the armor stays on well, besides these things on the back of the elbows. Like, I swapped, this was on this side of the packaging. I swapped and it stays on better, but they are prone to coming off. And you don't lose any articulation besides this ab crunch plate. Everything else is still there, really. Or if you put that helmet on. Without the helmet, you can look up a lot and look down a lot and still rotate the head as normal. But yeah, outside of Genji, here's my Pizza Spidey comparison right here. Pizza Spidey is a little bit taller, so there you go with that. End of the day, this figure has promise, but the things like the way the ankle pivot work bug the crap out of me. Putting on all the armor and that helmet is ridiculous looking. He does have a port so you can give him back flare. I am honestly disappointed that they didn't throw in some kind of backpack. I'm pretty sure in the game he has some kind of backpack or back flare, whatever they officially call it. But yeah, stuff like the ab crunch forward, like I was saying, I can fix that easily by cutting away at the plastic, but I wish you didn't have to do something like that. But it's not a horrible action figure, but if you can get it at a discount, I would definitely get it at a discount. I'm not sure if that 20% off deal is still going on at Target, but on Target it should still be $14 and change. I would do that, but if you don't feel like going through all that, or if the sale is over, this thing is available on Amazon for $15 or maybe a little bit under $15. Link in the description. I'll probably start putting the links in the comments from now on, because that's easier to get to than people trying to open the description up. But yeah, like I said, not a horrible figure. This is something definitely good for customizers. I wish I knew how to customize ankles or had the patience. If I knew, I probably wouldn't do it. I'm lazy. Anywho, thank y'all for watching this. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos.